This is the Dominator, a solo duo rust base design being a very compact circle base. It has 4 bunkers to stay safe for the entire wipe and is highly defendable. Compound is being secured by a furnace wall, multiple respawn points with very good angles, and a compact core with a bunker to secure it. Second floor is also bunkered through the entrance, more respawns, and a lot of good angles to defend your shooting floor. Now let's just simply start building. So once we're ready to start building, we're going to start by adding down a full circle like this and then just wall in everything. We're going to make the starter a little expensive here just so it's easy to understand what needs to be done. First thing we'll do is put a wall down right here and a window right here. And then we'll put down a frame inside of this room right here, like so, and pick that out. And then we'll put down our TC here and as close to the left as we can. What this does is that we can now place a triangle in here, which will be for the bunker later. For now, we can just remove it though. Then we'll put a ceiling on everything like so. And then one jump up here, another window right here, and a shelf right here. And a couple doors. We want to make sure we don't build an actual jump up here as it'll break the bunker, so we use furnaces as a jump up. And if you do place large boxes on this bottom shelf right here, as so, you will not be able to see the triangle within there. So we're going to use barrels, which means we can have more boxes as well. So we'll put down 3 barrels like so, and we can now still see the triangle when we build it in here. And we can shoot it out or spear it out as well. And then on the top shelf, I'm going to use 2 large boxes, and that will be basically our starter. And then when everything is fully upgraded, we definitely want to upgrade this wall as well, as it obviously reaches the bunker. We'll upgrade our door frames to metal as well, just so they're not as in the way. And our window will also be upgraded to metal, as well as this frame right here. And we can then squeeze in 2 garage doors within the loot room itself like so, and one for the jump up as well. And once we're ready to make the entrance, we'll build 2 walls and a shelf right here for the next floor, and put a frame right here. Early game though, I recommend using a wood floor, just so people can sit up here and camp your door when you leave your base like so. So I'm putting a wooden floor right here that will spear out later. They can't do that. Now the honeycombing on this base does matter. So with our door being here and the next triangle off our door will be a square. And then the same on the opposite side, just like so. And then the 2 other ones will be triangles, and we'll honeycomb those right away. And then this one right here facing our door, we'll start by adding 2 walls and then a shelf within it and then another wall. And then this one right here is really important to add down 2 walls, a frame, and then a rim, which will be our entrance and our second bunker. We'll then wall it in like so and put a frame right here, and this has to be a single door. We'll then just wall in everything right here, just like so, and we can then put a ceiling on everything else. We'll do armored on the center, and then we'll do metal on everything else, meaning our starter is now built up. All we gotta do is obviously honeycomb our drop down. Now before we continue on building, I'm going to show you guys how the bunkers work. So when we're ready to log off for the day within our TC room, we'll pick up our furnaces and simply just place down this twig within right here, and then put a staircase right there. That's 1 bunker completely sealed, and our core is now 16 rockets to raid. Meaning they will either go through one of these floors or this wall right here, but no matter where they raid your core from, it is full armored from within the entire thing. And to open up the bunker, simply just remove this and the bunker is open and we can replace our furnaces. So once we're ready to work on the second bunker, we're going to upgrade this to metal, and this frame to metal. Meaning we can now just crawl right in, as you can see right here. But once we upgrade this to shipping container, you physically can't jump in here. I'm not sure if someone can boost you and make it happen, but overall, it is very convenient and therefore counted as a bunker. Meaning that once your raiders break this door and they're ready to enter your base, they physically can't get in, as long as this is metal. For soft siding purposes, I would recommend upgrading this to armored, just to make it so people won't soft side it. And upgrading this to armored is only 13 high qual as well. So as you can see, you physically cannot get in. And when you're ready to get into your base, simply upgrade it to sheet metal and you are free to enter your base. We'll upgrade this wall to metal, this frame to metal, jump up to metal, and this wall to metal, and this to metal as well. Upgrade all the floors within here to metal as well, just for raiding purposes. Now what I like to do is stick 2 lockers inside of these 2 frames right here, and then put a door in front of them, and then make them face in. Now that what we can do here is put 2 vending machines in front of these, just put them dead center in front of the door and push it as close as you can. And by doing this, we have basically created 2 extra bunkers. These are unlootable, so if raiders do break them for whatever reason or angle they cannot be looted. But you can store loot in here. Just make sure you put a lock on the lockers so raiders can't just open them themselves. And you now basically have 4 bunkers within your base. And then inside of this last triangle right here is where I would like to put electric furnaces. Now that we got that down, we'll put a window on it and upgrade that to metal as well. And then when we log out for the night, just make sure we put an armored window on this to make the raid cost fairly the same around the board. And inside of here will be a secondary loot room that we can put 4 boxes in the floor as this. Just make sure you try to place them precisely to be able to actually fit 4 boxes. And once we got the 4 boxes down, we'll add a frame right here, which will also upgrade to metal. And then put 2 more boxes on there. And then make a shelf right here, upgrade that to metal. Now I'm going to put my 2 large boxes in the center of the loot room like so I can easily fit 2 barrels on top of it as well, just like that. Meaning we now have a very big loot room right here. And on this one, because it is obviously straight into our base, we obviously want to put a garage door. And if we ever get far enough into wipe, I'd recommend putting an armor door on it, just to make it 5 rockets to get through this door. All we gotta do now is place down a bunch of door frames in here and obviously fill them all up with garage doors. And our base is now very tanky to raid for early game and is looking pretty good from the outside as well. So once we're ready to start building our external TCs down, we're gonna head outside on the 2 triangle sides on both sides of our base. And I'm gonna use symmetry here, and we're going to start by adding a triangle, square, triangle, and 3 more squares. Once we got that down, we'll break the remaining twig and build triangles back like this until we get 2 squares down, and then triangle, square, double triangle. Remove these. Triangle, square, double triangle, and remain these. Make sure we upgrade our wide gap frames up to metal as soon as we can as well, so they don't break during a raid. We'll then upgrade 1 more square, 3 more triangles, upgrade the center one to metal, and the corner ones to stone. And then once we got this, we'll build out 4 squares, and then 3 triangles. Upgrade both of these to metal, surround it all with metal, and put our TC in this side right here. Make sure you put it not all the way back so it's easier to loot when it's bunkered. We'll just put it dead center of the loot room. And then on the other side, we'll add a little shelf that we can put some barrels in. So we'll put a barrel on top and a barrel down low. And then we'll put doors on these so we can seal it early game. Obviously, windows requires a tier 2. So if we just leave them with single doors, we can basically leave our externals like that until we are ready to actually bunker it. But once we are ready to do it, we'll start by adding down 2 twigs right here so it's easier to build it. And then just place down this square and just push it as close as you can. This really just takes time to learn to do. Even I often struggle to do this. But once you have it where you feel like it's going to work, just place it. And then it doesn't work and you keep going, which is why we placed the single door, so it's easier to just do this with some time on your hands. But there you go, we got a second try. You want this to be 78 or 79 stability, and you should be able to open up the bunker, and then we can then obviously reach our TC and then make sure we close doors, reach our boxes. Everything is all good. Next thing we're gonna do is upgrade this to metal, and then remove these twigs and place a triangle, square, triangle, and then break all this. Triangle, square, triangle, and then upgrade this, meaning that's fully done. All we gotta do now is build a door frame right here, 2 windows right here, and then we can connect it to our externals like so. Now make sure that we open up the bunker before doing this, and make sure this frame connects to the rooftop and not this. As you can see right there, there's a gap in it, meaning that when you place it, the bunker will seal. So make sure that it's connected to the actual thing. That's why we placed this twig, so we can tell the bunker isn't sealed. And then we connect this. Everything is now fully connected. And if we need to disconnect it, we'll simply build out 3 squares like so, and place this like we normally would with any external. And then replace it like so. Now that we have our 2 gatehouses down and our external TCs down, we are now good. We can now have 4 bunkers within this base. Let's start by sealing in our gatehouses though. We'll place windows facing in like so. Centerpiece always upgraded to metal. And Patrico peaks on either side. And we'll obviously want double doors facing in and out, with embracers facing in and out as well. And on the ones facing out, I like putting windows as well so I can't get shot. And inside of both of these gatehouses, we'll add some large boxes to store kits in, as well as 2 beds, giving us 4 bedrooms so far in the compound. Make sure we add 2 frames right here, all the way around so nothing decays as well, meaning our base is now pretty strong for wipe day. Now when we are ready to continue on building, we're going to add 2 squares out like so, and then 2 more triangles. And we can remove this. And we'll put walls all the way around it and connect it back to base like so. And then upgrade the centerpiece to metal, meaning our compound is almost sealable. Add a double door frame right here, and we'll add 2 half walls here and ceilings in between and remove the bottom one. Repeat the process over here and remove the bottom one, and then 2 windows right here. Inside of here, we'll put either 1 or 2 beds depending on how many people you are. I'm going to be placing 2. So 2 beds right there, and inside of here there's perfect room for a barrel that can't be seen from the outside, and then embracers inside of here as well. But place the embracer inwards and not outwards. As you can see, this angle is very tight and this angle is very good. So for these specific bedrooms, I would place them like this. And then last but not least, a double door facing out like so. With that being said, we are ready to seal in this compound right after we place some turret pods on top of 2 of our gatehouses. So build them up like we would do any other wipe, and we can do it just like so. All we need are 2 turrets guarding this compound for cost and efficiency. Sealing compounds is the same as always, just try it until it works or just practice it on a build server. But once you get the drill of it, it shouldn't be too difficult. So that's one side of the compound done. All we gotta do is the remaining sides. And there we go. Compound is now fully secured. All we need is some metal barricades on top of it. So place down some twig all the way around it and just place down your barricades on top. And then this side will be even easier to do because they physically can't climb over it. Now for another trick, I don't know if I've actually shown before, is that obviously people can just place a twig here and basically jump into your compound. I'm not sure if I have shown this trick before. If you place an industrial light on the actual frame connector up there, they can no longer place a twig here, meaning people physically can't jump into your compound unless they bring ladders. So adding these on top like so will prevent people from climbing into your compound overall. Obviously, you will need to craft industrial lights, which does take some frags and time to craft, but it will also make your compound fully secure. They could place it here and place a ladder, so if you really want to stop them, you are going to have to place one here and one here as well. And then they could still do it there, so you're probably gonna have to place one here and here as well. But at this point, your gatehouses are completely secure from people placing twig, and no one can jump into your base. But even if they do jump into your base, they are going to meet the wrath of turrets, so we should be fine nonetheless. Place our turrets down here and place down our shop front right here. All we need to do now is place down some large furnaces right here and make them as tall as possible to create somewhat of a furnace wall, and repeat the process over here. Make it as tall as possible and place it down. We can then place a low wall right here facing into it to create a better furnace wall. And then depending on your terrain, the raiders shouldn't be able to jump over this, as you can see, meaning that we are funneling them through right here. And there's an easy fix for that as well by simply placing 2 shotgun traps inside of these facing into the actual furnace wall. Meaning when raiders walk through here, they have nowhere to go and you'll easily be able to defend from your base with 2 shotgun traps all it takes. And if you want to be an absolute weirdo, you can obviously place them here as well. It'll cost you more shotgun traps, but your furnace wall will dominate. We're going to turn symmetry off here and we're going to soft side out this ceiling and place a frame right here. Once we're up here, we'll place a wall, window, half wall, window, single door, half wall. And then on top of here will be a window facing in, and same on that side as well. And we'll then just put a ceiling on all of this. And then we'll have a wall frame right here with a single door down. At least that's what I would like to do. If you want to use a double door, feel free to. And on these windows, we'll put actual windows so we can't get shot through them unless we are choosing to, and embracers as well. And I really enjoy medium batteries these days, so instead of using 1 large battery, I'm going to use 2 medium batteries just so I can split my power up even more. Obviously, if you want to just use 1 large battery, just simply use whatever you would like. But I prefer medium batteries because I can split the power and divide it better. We'll jump in here and place another barrel in here for some extra hidden loot on this floor, and a window out on both of these with embracers as well. And then we'll create a nice little airlock right here. And then we can fit 1 bed in here, and like I said, this is basically a solo base, but if you are more than 1 player, just simply place sleeping bags and the PvPer gets the bed. Me, obviously. And with a single door facing down, all we need is 2 more garage doors, and this place is fully secured. I'm going to put symmetry on 2 sides here, and we'll seal in this over here first because it looks a little funny. Add down 3 floors right here, and a window here, and 2 single doors and a ceiling. Then put single doors facing out and an embracer and a window right there, meaning we're good to start building up our wide gaps. So to do those, we're simply going to build them up 1 floor like this and put a floor on everything like that. And we'll then put 2 windows out here and 2 out here, and right here we'll lift it by 1 and then place 2 roof tiles right here. Obviously we just lost our peaks, so I hope that you have building skins so we can get them back. And there you go. We got good wide gaps here and we got wide gaps down here. All we need now is a couple windows facing in. Now, I am a big fan of placing actual windows on the ones that is on the same height as you. These ones are not necessary, but these ones are. As if someone is building a raid base right here, you basically can't peek on your shooting floor if you don't have windows on them. So put a window on it, put a hammer nearby, and pick them up to whenever you like to. And if you really want to push it here to just get more respawns, which is always needed in small bases or bases overall, we can put down 4 beds on the shooting floor as well as a large box to, for example, hide your hammer in, as well as probably some regears. But there you go. We now gained another extra 4 respawns. All we need to do is put a ceiling on it. Put down roofs right here and roofs right here, all connected to the base. And then low walls right here and a ceiling, meaning we now have retakes to our roof as well. Base is pretty close to being finished. We still have some things to do though. First thing we're going to do is jump down here and add on 2 roofs leading in right there. Same over here and same in here as well with triangles. Just like so, meaning our roof is closing in. All we need now is 2 turrets up here, as we obviously don't want to lose access to our roof. And then we'll put a wall right here or a vending machine, and then 2 windows right here and door leading in. Do keep in mind though, leaving your vending machines on a roof can be scary because all they need to do is break 2 turrets and then 1 single door to get to the battery. Now if you put a garage door here, it'll be slightly more expensive to raid at least. And we can still fit 2 beds in these, giving us 4 respawn points up here and a vending machine that can sell to the server when we are logging off. All we need next is 2 windmills on top of these like so, and then we wire them into these 2 batteries and power up the whole base. This is the base all finished. It's a very small base. I'm still to build this myself. I'm hoping I can do it very soon. And make sure to check out my Twitch down below in the description and my other channels as well. And I will see you guys in hopefully 1 month.